nice to meet you.
Hi, Risa. Thanks for having me.
No, I'm so excited to talk to you. I mean, you're in China right now, and I'm in New York, and I just love the fact that we could connect this way and talk all things TCM skincare and all the things because for someone like myself, I'm very well into my 50s, and skincare is something that my mother has talked about since I was probably a teenager. And so there's no better time to start than to start now, no matter how old you are. And we were talking a little bit before the call started, and there's just so many synergies that we have, and I'm so excited to share that with the audience. But before we kind of get into Yina and all those things, I'd love for you to share a little bit about yourself, how you came to TCM, where you're from originally, and so start wherever you want to start.
All right. So, hello everyone. My name is Ervina, and I'm the co-founder of Yina, TCM Skincare and Wellness brand based in the US. I was born and raised in Singapore, but then I went to the US and lived in San Francisco for over 25 years. And I actually went to the US for school. I did pre-med, but then I was also young and I didn't want to spend 10 years of my life in school, so I quickly finished my pre-med and did another major, communications major, and then I worked for a couple of years and got really tired and burned out, and I decided to do yoga and study Ayurveda. When I was doing my yoga class, my teacher suggested I should study TCM because I could read and write Chinese. So that's how I got into TCM. And then when I finished my master's in the US and passed my boards, I wanted to come to China to get clinical training because this is where you get to see a lot of patients. I was seeing like 100 over patients in one morning when I was doing my clinical training here in China, and
I don't even know how that's possible. That's crazy. That's
it's
amazing.
crazy. It's crazy. Like, I really salute the doctors here, especially my teacher, because they are all difficult patients, like arthritis, psoriasis, lupus, all autoimmune disease that is very challenging, and so it was really a really good experience. And I also got to meet a lot of teachers, and I studied a lot of TCM classics that I didn't get a chance to study when I was in the US. So I was here for a few years to do my PhD, and I fell in love with Hangzhou, where I'm based right now, and then finished my school and moved back to the US and moved around the world quite a bit before I moved back here last year.
So what is it about TCM that really attracted you that it kind of stuck and you said, you know what, I really want to pursue this more?
I was in pre-med and we really studied, like in Western science, we study everything at the molecular level, right? And what really draw me to the Eastern medicine is really like we see everything as a whole. So you're not your disease, right? So for example, I'm a cancer survivor. So when I see my Western doc, my oncologist, my surgeons, they're like, okay, you have this type of cancer and blah, blah, blah. But then in Chinese, like my TCM doctor would say, oh, they see me as a person. They see me, they see that I'm not just this cancer diagnosis. I'm deficient in yang, or I'm like, there's something that they really treat me at a mind, body, spirit level. So just to share my cancer story, I was going through chemo and I didn't have appetite, I didn't have energy, I didn't have I just don't have. I was in a depressive mood because the chemo bring you to a very dark side. But then after seeing my TCM doctor, I was able to get my appetite, my energy back in 1 week.
Wow.
So it's that amazing. So like I would come back from chemo, I'll come back to my house and I would be so tired, I can't even talk. But then I have somebody come in and gave me acupuncture, and I was able to get up and cook dinner in 40 minutes. Like after acupuncture, I would be making dinner. So it is that powerful.
Wow, that is amazing. And were you also taking herbs as well, herbal medications in tandem with
Yeah,
whatever
so
the oncologist was
I was
prescribing?
doing integrative. My oncology, his specialty is integrative oncology, and basically he invited me when I just started to ask him, like he invited me to his office to see patients who were doing both TCM and chemo and no TCM, and you could see the difference. The difference in the patient's energy and everything is like, yeah.
That is fascinating. And knock on wood, I've never had a serious illness like that, so I don't know, but I've had acupuncture done plenty of times. And um, yeah, I mean, I mean, it's thousands of years old, right? Clearly, I mean, it's a very powerful form of treatment. And um, so, so moving kind of fast forward, right? So you have a business partner, Angela, and you decide to, I mean, there's one thing of being a TCM doctor, there's a whole other thing of launching products and then, promoting products and having a business. Um, so tell me, how did that transition happen? And, what makes Yina so special?
I've always loved skincare and I always love, holistic medicine, and really is a combination of both. I met Angela when we were doing our graduate school together, and she's a little bit behind me. When I graduated, we decided to start this company because I've always loved beauty and I love holistic medicine, and this is a great way to bring this together. She started a lip balm company when she was in school, and it was one of the best lip balms I've ever tried. It's made with TCM herbs, but then unfortunately she had to close down because it was too much for her to do full-time school and the business together. So when she graduated, I started my PhD program and I flew back for her graduation. I'm like, Angela, what are you gonna do after you when you're done? And she's like, I'm gonna start a soup company. I'm like, it's so difficult to start a food company. Let's take your lip balm to the next level. And little do we know that skincare is just as competitive as food business. But here we are, and we managed to bring our love for TCM and beauty together, so we can bring beauty from inside out to everyone.
That's beautiful. That's so amazing. So tell me a little bit about like the philosophy behind combining TCM with skincare. Um, are there certain kinds of herbs that you're working with? Are you, what's kind of the process or what's the thought process behind it in terms of, what makes it better than, any other kind of skin cream that you see on the market? I mean, because it is, like you said, I mean, the market is very flooded. Everyone's trying to make you look more youthful and all the things, but there is something special, right? There's a special secret sauce in TCM. Um, but I'm just wondering, like, are there specific herbs that you're looking at, or what makes it specifically a TCM skincare product?
Let's, for example, for our best-selling product now is the Lumi Drops. So a lot of hair or skin company, they would use maybe an extract from Foti or Hershou, which is used here. And because there are a lot of clinical studies done on just a single herb for hair, and it is well known for hair, so it helps to prevent or slow down premature growing, right? And it helps to grow hair and all that. So it's a really good herb. But then we really formulate our products um, with formulas that are so old. So this is based on I would say a Song or even Ming Dynasty formula. It's called Qi Bao Mirandan, Seven Treasures for Beautiful Hair. And we kind of tweak it a little bit for the everyday user. So it is not just one herb, but a synergy of herbs. So using Foti is great, but using Foti with angelica root, with ginger berries, with licorice root and peony root is even more amazing. So we really need to pay homage to what's been passed down. So it's been traditionally used for that. So we kind of modernize it, and for the everyday folks. So if you are feeling a little bit anxiety, a little low energy, and then and you're not eating well enough to get your nutrients, so you get your TCM herbs, you get your vitamin C, you get the biotin and lycopene, and they are in collagen, like free range grass-fed collagen, to really help with the bioavailability of the herbs and the ingredients. So that's where we are. We use ancient formula with green science to create our products.
That's so beautiful. And you actually started taking your own products because you were dealing with some hair loss, right? Can you
Yeah,
share that story?
I turned 52 this year, so I noticed I was losing a little bit of hair, maybe 4 years back, and I'm like, oh, this is like a pain, like this is part of aging and whatnot. And I had this little, and it's hard to tell now, I had a little bald spot here, and usually you can't really see it, but if I put up my hair, then it's just a lot more obvious. So I was, we were formulating this and trying different things, and I'm like, what, there's always things to do. And literally after 4 months of taking this formula, I see baby hair coming out, and now it's not visible anymore. Like I have pictures to see the before and after. So, and then when we launched this product last year, prior to that, we did a 60-day consumer test, and the results are amazing. Like over 80% of the users reported like fuller hair, like less hair shedding and all that after like within 60 days of taking this.
Wow. That's incredible. 60 days is very fast. Like to reverse something. Wow, that's amazing. And can you show what it actually looks like, the gummies?
It really looks like
Oh, they're so cute. So what, you take one a day, two a day?
2 a day. You can take up to 4.
I bet you they taste good too. They actually look like they taste good.
You know, it doesn't taste like the regular gummy when it's too sweet, and it actually tastes a little bit of the herb, but there's like a good balance of the herbs and the fruit flavor and the sweetness and tartness, just very balanced.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Because we always, not we, but oftentimes collagen, is in masks or it's in skin cream or whatever, right? I don't really see it that much in terms of, well, I guess you see collagen powders and that sort of thing. But to see it in
Yeah.
a gummy, I think is very unique, which is really cool.
Yeah, I mean, I think you have to do both inside out. So you want to use products that help stimulate collagen. For example, like a facial massage would improve blood circulation and stimulate collagen growth, or use certain products, right, like vitamin C and all that. But then you also want to make sure that you do a healthy diet, include bone broths, take supplements, and take a lot of whole foods to make sure like you're properly nourished, so that you can slow down aging and stay healthy.
And you can look like you have skin like you. My goodness.
Thank you. Thank you.
So share with me some of the other products that you have and some of the other formulations and like what's in it and what makes it so special.
So this is also one of our best-selling products. Is Biocellulose Mask. So it's not one of those masks that you put on for 5-10 minutes and you remove it. You want to leave it on for at least 15 to 30 minutes. I would say even longer if you can. Put on a mask, read a book, go watch TV or Netflix or whatever, meditate, right? So so this is bio. Are you familiar with biocellulose?
I've heard of biocellulose.
Yeah, so biocellulose is a material that is created by bacteria, and it's similar to the SCOBY on top of kombucha. And it takes 21 days to ferment. And it is a very special material that hospitals use for burn victims and cardiovascular surgeries. It's like our second skin. So we infuse it with ginseng, centella, and peptides to help with boosting hydration, and firming the skin. So we have people with sunburn and they use it, and it really help with the healing. And a lot of our acupuncturists, so we work with a lot of acupuncturists, and they use this as part of the microneedling protocol. So if you've tried microneedling and you turn red from it, and this would really help to repair and boost the skin healing.
Oh, that's amazing. I'm
Yeah.
obsessed with masks, so I
You
don't
have to
know.
try. You have to try our mask and let us know how you like it, because it is one of the best selling products for a good reason.
Wow, that's amazing. Yeah, as I've gotten older, my skin is so dry now, and of course, losing collagen and elasticity and all the things. So you know, I love a good mask.
I have a hack for this mask, and I was feeling the same way too because I'm going through perimenopause. So one good way to use this for aging skin is to apply your favorite serum, and I will use one of my favorite serum is our Nourish Botanical Serum. So it's an oil-based serum, and I know it sounds counterintuitive, but you apply a good layer of the oil, and then you put on the mask, and when you remove the mask, you will see a big difference to your skin.
Wow. Oh, that's a really good idea, actually.
It
That's a
helps the serum to penetrate the skin deeper. So the mask can leave it on overnight, no problem.
Oh, that's amazing. Oh, I'm definitely gonna have to try that. Because I do use like olive oil on the skin, not cooking olive oil, but
Yeah.
specifically oil for the skin. And yeah, especially in the winter because I'm in New York and the winters are pretty brutal here.
Yeah, I know. I
Um,
know. It's yeah, yeah.
so, and I also know that you have combs and gua sha, and so talk to me because that's very Chinese, very TCM. Um, and I'd love to, you were sharing me, yes. Uh, so anybody who knows gua sha probably knows, they're usually shaped a little bit differently, and a lot of times they're made from jade. Is that right? But yours
Yes.
is different. So tell me the difference between
Yeah.
yours and like a, regular store bought gua sha.
Yeah. So I'm gonna talk about the shape really quickly. So this is specially designed for both the face and body. So traditionally, gua sha is used on the body to treat a bunch of illness like summer heat, summer stroke, right, or pain, inflammation. So it really meant for the body. But then facial gua sha became such a trend, and so people thought that gua sha was meant for the face, but it's really meant for the body. So so that the shape we created here is both for face and body. And what's really special about this is the material is made with Bian stone. It's a cosmic stone that was formed 65 million years ago when a meteorite hit Earth.
I love how you just say 65 million years ago, like it's, no big deal. It's like,
Yesterday, right? Yeah.
it's so hard to even fathom what
I,
that.
I know. So when the meteorite hit Earth, and it really hit right here in China, Shandong, where I think it's one of the very few places where you can find this stone. So we call it a cosmic stone, and it actually emits ultrasonic pulses and far infrared light. Just very when you touch the stone, it's very healing. I love jade. I love the other materials like quartz and all that. But when you feel when you hold the different materials, you'll find that this is there's more resonance with this stone, and it predates acupuncture. So during the Stone Age, the Chinese people were using the stone for healing and surgery. And so Gua Sha is really another modality in Eastern medicine. And like what I said, you scrape the body for inflammation, for pain, for heat stroke, but for facial, you don't really want to scrape so hard. You really want to just to promote circulation, or to drain like excess lymphatic drainage, right? And we actually had an ER doctor during COVID. She was standing in the emergency room for over 16 hours and came back with swollen feet.
Oh,
And she
yeah.
used a gua sha and a recovery body treatment, and the swelling went down in 30 minutes. Like we have a lot of stories with people with like like lymphedema, and they use our product, and the swelling went down. Like these are all real stories that people share on our product reviews. So yeah, it's really, back to the stone, it's really special. In order to produce a Bian stone in China, you need to be a medically certified facility. So it's really special. It's one of a kind. Every stone is different. It's all handcrafted, really special. If you
Wow.
don't have one, highly encourage you get one.
Wow. And so in terms of like usage, like gua sha is, I mean, of course anybody can use it.
Yeah.
But is there a certain type of, aside from lymph, draining out your lymph nodes and stuff that you would recommend for people to use? Is it really kind of I hate the word anti-aging, but like, for people who are
Pro-aging.
concerned about it, or is it more just for like circulation, and does it help with skin tone? Does it help with,
It can help, but you need to be consistent. So I massage my face regularly. I massage my scalp regularly. We also have the Meridian massage comb, and like the whole, like your body, like your skin just doesn't start from the neck up, or the chin. It's all connected. So you really want to like you really need to massage the neck. So the neck is really the pathway for the nutrients go back and forth, right? So you want to start with the neck, and we have like tech neck these days, and then you want to massage your scalp. So like when you massage regularly, you will see a difference. So like I know people like would want faster result with Botox, but I think you can do both. If you choose to do Botox, you can also do massage, right? Or if you choose not to do Botox, you can do this, but you have to be really regular to see the results. And if I stop massaging my face for a few weeks, I see the difference. But once I pick it up again, like I see better tone, better, like skin vitality, and more, like you really want to encourage blood circulation, and like the fascia adhesion in our body. So we have fascia all over our body. You want to make sure that everything is smooth and not like in knots. Like you will feel the difference after using the gua sha for like just 2 weeks.
wow, that's amazing. And so the shape of it is a little bit different. So can you share like why did you design it that way, and what are the different kind of uses for it?
Yeah, so we have this edge here is gentler, and you can use it on a bigger surface of the body, like the thighs, like the abdominal region. It's gentler, and this edge here, the curved edge, is more precise, so you can use it for scraping. So just keep in mind when you use a gua sha tool, you want to make sure that you have a lot of you apply a lot of body lotion, body oil, balm, facial oil. Make sure that you have enough traction, so there's enough slip, so you're not dragging your skin. And this edge here is really for like the chin area. So if you feel like you're losing skin, like the tone here, then this is a good one to do. And then you want to drain it down your neck. So this is a good one. And then this little tip here is really for acupressure. So you can do acupressure on the head, on different parts of our body. We like to do it on our forearm when we are like feeling like anxious, or like you have insomnia. So this is a good one. This is a good area to do the forearm.
For insomnia.
Yeah. So
Or
there's
'cause
this.
that's a huge symptom of perimenopausal women, right? I mean, that happened to me. I was a great sleeper, and then all of a sudden I wasn't. But is
Yeah.
it is this all is it all just kind of connected to your kind of lymph nodes again? Is it, and it's like promoting more better circulation?
Actually, it is our heart and pericardium channel. So in Chinese medicine, that's where you house the spirit, and when you massage this area, it actually calms down, like calms the shen, the spirit, and helps you to feel calmer. And there's like a Buddha triangle here for the 3 acupressure points. There are a lot of points on our body can help with sleep. For menopausal, I would also recommend that you massage your feet and your ankle area. So there's a lot of pressure points that you can use, and I'm happy to share more, maybe in another in another
Yeah, I mean, we
podcast.
could just do something just on feet, you know, and ankles.
So there's so many pressure points, and it's easier if I have a chart to show. Oh, did you want to massage this area, and this is where. But we do have, if you go to our Instagram, we do have uh, pressure points that we share for, anxiety, for sleep, like for all sorts of like headaches and uh, insomnia, everything.
Wow. Oh, that's great. And that's on your Instagram or is that on your website?
Both. So on our Instagram and our website.
Oh, great. And so what's your website and Instagram
Our
handles?
website is yina.co, yina.co, and then Instagram is yina.co.
Oh, great. No, so that's easy. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
So I know that you also offer, so you have numerous products actually. This is just a small sampling of all the products that you have. Um, and mainly, so it's skincare plus wellness, right? So what are
Yeah.
some of the other wellness products that you also really like?
Well, we talk about Louis Drops, our best-selling products, and then a mask is our second best-selling. We also have our Hydro Cloud cream. So this has 5 different adaptogens. Going back to the ingredients that we use, we don't just use one single herb. We use a combination of different herbs, and this has 5 different ginseng, um,
5 different
and
ginseng.
and tremella extract, and niacinamide to for the skin to brighten, to hydrate the skin. So we don't just use, like, again, one single herb, but a combination of different herbs to for the skin. So this one actually also, like, the energetics of we're like beyond skincare. So you don't just use the product for smoother skin and whatnot. You also want to use a product to kind of give you the energy of like you get the energy of the plants, right? So for example, the Hydro Cloud cream really gives you a little bit of insight, like opens up your heart. And yeah, so it's not just a cream, but it's really to boost mind body spirit healing.
Wow. So what do you mean by opening the heart?
So it doesn't mean like in the Western world, like open up the heart that way, but it's like the energy, like it gives you insight. Like, if we are all about rituals, right? So when you apply the cream, just don't slap it on. Like, you want to take your time and apply it, and then inhale the aroma. Is very, very faint, but then you will smell it, and so it connects you to a deeper level of your body, and gives you insight, like it starts the day, and like it's a heart mind energy situation.
That's beautiful. That's really, really wonderful. And I think that plays into, of course, TCM philosophy and just all the things, right? That we're all like all of this is connected. Oftentimes we get in Western medicine, as you know very well, is like, you have to go see, you have a heart issue, you go to the heart doctor. You have a, kidney issue, you go to the kidney doctor. It's just like everything is so siloed and separated. So I love this coming back to nature, coming back to the wholeness of the body, and really, it is essentially, the mind, body, soul connection that's really important. And I just love the fact that you're embedding this in the philosophy of it, and in the ritual, in the products. It's not just about the product itself. Um, so tell me a little bit about, like, I know that you have your products, but you also have this beautiful, wonderful membership um, choice for potential buyers. Can you chat with me a little bit about that?
Yeah, we launched the membership last year. It's called the Inner House membership, and it's really for our most loyal customers. And basically, you pay $98 for the membership. You have access to a lot of our recordings. So we do classes from time to time, and you get a seasonal gift. So our seasonal gift is almost ending. This is a gift that's $108. So your membership actually is free when you claim a free gift, and you get 20% off bundles. You get early access, exclusive discount, early access to new products, and also dedicated concierge service. So we are improving our membership as much as we can. And so next month we have a new product offering, which I don't really want to review right now. But this month we are still offering this botanical serum series, which is our classic product. It has our Fortify botanical serum, Clarify, Regenerate and Nourish, for you to use in different seasons or like travel, and it's like a great gift also. So it's oil-based serum that you can use for Gua Sha, and like what I mentioned earlier, when you use it with the mask, it actually helps with the hydration of the skin.
That's awesome. That's so awesome. So I know that you also have a special offer for viewers and listeners. Anybody who's interested in purchasing and going to the website, I definitely think you should go to the website, go to the Instagram, and learn more about the products and the philosophies behind the products. But what is their special offer that you have for them?
So for modern aging users, followers, use modern aging code when you check out to get 15% off. And unfortunately, I cannot apply that to the membership, but for all the products, you get 15% off. And I highly encourage you to try it, because I think aging is not just a phase, it is a privilege. I'm happier now that I'm 50 than I was 40 or even 30, because I feel like I'm very comfortable with who I am. I know who I am, and and having this company really says a lot about what we are meant to do here, like really to bring health and wellness to everyone through TCM products.
That's so amazing. I love it so much. I can't even begin to say. And it's so true, right? As we get older, I think that we really need to embrace it's happening anyway, right? And the more you resist, I think it's just, I don't know, everything else gets harder. But if you just kind of lean into it, right? It's just, then you see the joys and the beauties behind aging, and I thank you so much for creating these products. I myself cannot wait to try them all. Because I'm always good. I get very excited, especially when it's a really solid natural product that, is wholesome and is very carefully, created and formulated, for women and men, who really want to take care of themselves, right? And so that we age in a very healthy way. As long as possible, because this is, and we talked about this a little bit, but like kind of taking that preventative approach, right?
Yeah, for sure. Eastern medicine is all about preventative care. And one more thing to add about like menopause and aging is, like in Chinese medicine, we call menopause as a second spring. So really, your body is not going through menstruation. Like, it takes a lot of energy to go through the cycles, and you stop that. And then, yes, there are some things that are going downhill, but then there are a lot of things you have more energy to do more things. You don't have to worry about getting pregnant. You don't, like all this. Yeah. You're done with periods. It's amazing. It's a time to really take care of yourself. And, self-care is really what we are all about. It's not just skincare, but really self-care, like doing more things intentionally, and, going inside and seeing yourself, and seeing, there's light at the end of the tunnel.
Absolutely. So just for our audience again, so if people want to learn more about you and Yina, where do they go?
Yina.co is our website, and on Instagram, Yina.co as well. And don't forget, you have modern aging for 15% code.
Ervina, thank you so much. This has been so wonderful.
Thank you for having me. It's really great talking to you, and we love to connect again.
Absolutely. This is only the beginning. So thank you so much.
Thank you.